Nobody gets to live life backwards. Look ahead. That is where your future lies. This was once quoted by a writer named Ann Landers. How you live your life is determined by how your parents raise you and how you look at the world. You can be a realist, optimistic, or pessimist. It is your reactions to the events that take place in your life that determine your future. It's a hard objective to create a bright future, but so simple to ruin it. It takes one moment, one thought, one action to turn your world upside down. Balram Halawai, in the book The White Tiger, a novel by Eric Diga, found this out the hard way. This young man realizes that he only lives once, so he's determined to create his poor life into pure greatness. I stay up the whole night, Your Excellency, and there's no one else in this 150 square foot office of mine. Just me and a chandelier above me. Although the chandelier has a personality of its own. It's a huge thing, full of small diamond-shaped glass pieces, just like the ones they used to show in the films in the 70s. Though it's cool at night in Bangalore, I put a midget fan, 5 cobwebby blades, right above the chandelier. See, when it turns, the small blades chop up the chandelier's light and fling it across the room, just like the best strobe lights and discos in Bangalore. This is the only 150 square foot space in Bangalore with its own chandelier, but it's still a hole in the wall. And I sit here the whole night. The entrepreneur's curse. He has to watch all his businessmen. Now I'm going to turn the midget fan on, so that you can see the chandelier's light fly across the room. I am relaxed, sir, as I hope you are. Let us begin. Before we do that, sir, the phrase in English that I learned from my ex-employer, the late Mr. Ashok ex-wife Pinky Madame, is, what a fucking joke. Assistance sought in search for missing man. General public is hereby informed that the man in the picture, namely Balram Halawai, alias Muna, son of Vikram Halawai, rickshaw puller, is wanted for questioning. Age, between 25 and 35. Complexion, blackish face, oval. Height, 5 feet 4 inches estimate. Build, thin, small. Well, that's not exactly right anymore, sir. The blackish face bit is still true. Although I'm half a mind to try one of those skin whitener creams they've launched these days so Indian men can look as white as Westerners. But the rest, alas, is completely useless. Life in Bangalore is good. Rich food, beer, nightclubs. So what can I say? Thin and small. Ha! I'm in better shape than these days. Fat and pot-belly would be more accurate now. But let us go on. We don't have all night. I'd better explain this bit right now. All I wanted was a chance to be a man. And for that, one murder was enough. I love my startup. The chandelier, this silver laptop, and these 26 Toyota Qualities. But honestly, I'll get bored of it sooner or later. I'm a first gear man, Mr. Premier. In the end, I'll have to sell the startup to some other moron, entrepreneur, and head into a new line. I'm thinking of real estate next. You see, I'm always a man who sees tomorrow when others see today. The whole world will come to Bangalore tomorrow. Just drive to the airport and count the half-built glass and steel boxes as you pass them. Look at the names of the American companies that are building them. And where are all these American companies going to stay? On the road? Ha! Anyway. Anywhere there's an empty apartment, I take a look at it. I wonder, how much can I get from an American in this in 2010? If the place has a future as the home of an American, I put a down payment at once. The future of real estate is in Bangalore. All of this dreaming I'm doing, it may well turn out to be nothing. See, sometimes I think I'll never get caught. I think the rooster coop needs people like me to break out of it. It needs masters like Mr. Ashok, who, for all his numerous virtues, was not much of a master, to be weeded out, and exceptional servants like me to replace them. At such times, I gloat Mr. Ashok's family can put up a reward of $1 million on my head, and it will still not matter. I have switched sides. I am now one of those who cannot be caught in India. At such moments, I look up at the chandelier, and I just want to throw my hands up and holler so loudly that my voice would carry over the phones and the call rooms all the way to the people in America. I've made it. I've broken out of the rooster coop. But at other times, someone down the street calls, Balram, and I turn my head and think, I've given myself away. Getting caught. It's always a possibility. There's no end to things in India, as Mr. Ashok used to say. That's why I always look ahead to the future. What is to come?